Hello, hello. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Today we are discussing how to improve your relationship with money. Okay. We already started this conversation last weekend. I'm sorry, last week. And so here we are. We are discussing part two. So I'm going to give everybody about 5 minutes to get on. Okay. Everybody, we're going to wait for everybody to get on. All right. We're going to discuss um, relationship with money. Your relationship with money. All right. I'm giving everybody some time. Okay. Alrighty. Type in where are you watching from? All right. Where are you watching from? Is anybody on? I don't know if it's my connection, but I don't see anyone on. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, there's some of you watching. It's just not showing me anybody's on. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm watching from Miramar, Florida. Miramar, Florida. Okay, where are you guys watching from? Are you watching this on the replay? Where are you watching from? Okay, type in where are you watching from. If you're watching this on a replay, type in replay. If you're watching this live, type in live. I'm gonna give everybody some time, okay? Okay. All right. I was just finishing up my notes here so I could stay on track. All right. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna give everybody about 3 minutes to hop on. I don't see anyone on. What is going on? Alrighty. Oh well. Alrighty. I don't know what's up. Why is nobody on? Usually I get a lot of people on. Is something wrong with my connection? All right, it's okay if nobody's on. I'm just gonna do this live and I'm just gonna leave it like this. Oh, there's somebody watching. Is that me watching? Okay, there we are. That's so weird. I hope you guys can see me. Type in a one if you guys are here. Type in a one if you guys are here because I don't see anyone on. I don't know what's up. What's up with this? Maybe I should go live on. That's so weird. Hmm. Okay. I guess we'll do it with like, cause last time it was the same thing. It was only like 3 people on, and that's why I didn't do it because there was only 3 people on. I'm like, I'm not gonna go live with only 3 people. So that's weird. Oh, okay. There's someone watching. Okay. I was like, why is no one on? There's something wrong with my connection or something. Maybe I need to just, um, maybe I just need to update my Facebook. That's probably what it is. All right, so we're gonna get into it. We're gonna keep it sweet and short because I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but it only looks like one person's watching right now on my end. So I'm not gonna stay too long and just talk to one person. Okay. Alrighty, awesome. So last time when we talked about your relationship with money, right? We treated it as a relationship with anybody, a relationship with yourself, relationship with your spouse, right? A relationship with your children, and so on and so forth. All right. So this is part two. All right. Hey, Elise. Okay, there we go. We got some people watching, right? So this is part two of the conversation that I started last week. Okay. So we're gonna go right into it. So another thing you want to do with your money, you want to have fun. You want to have fun with your money, okay? It's very easy. It's very easy to let this overwhelm you. It's very easy to let money stress you out. It's very easy to, whenever the conversation of money is brought up, it's very easy to make it a bad thing or to have it turn into something negative, right? That's very easy to do. I forgot this coffee is good. I know how to make some coffee here. Got some Cuban coffee, okay? It's very easy to make these conversations negative, or to dread them, or to push them out of sight, out of mind. Like, hey, if I don't see my money, if it's not in my face, then, I don't need to worry about it. Or when I make more money, I'll worry about it. Oh, there you guys are. Okay, you guys are hopping on. That was so weird. I don't know what that was about. But anyways, I see some people now. Good. Now I don't feel alone. I felt like I was just talking to myself, right? It's very easy to make money, a taboo. A lot of us within the minority community, right? Talking about money is taboo. Like, ooh, you don't talk about your money. Ooh, you don't ask about money, right? That's none of your business, right? And usually that's the case, right? But with your money, when you're healing your relationship with money, when you're trying to make your relationship with money better, you want to have fun. All right. When I speak to my clients, they all, when we do a budget, we have a budget for, the expenses that are needed, such as your rent, right? Your car note, your kids' daycare, and all of that. These are things that are needed, right? So we have a budget for that. But believe it or not, I also have a budget for fun. You have to take care of you. What makes you you, right? It's not, hey, pay bills and make sure this gets paid and make sure that gets paid, and you're sacrificing yourself and you're sacrificing. What's going to happen is, if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't give yourself a fun account, if you don't give yourself a budget to take care of the things that make you happy, you're going to relapse, okay? You're going to do one thing. Okay, there's a lot more people watching than I thought. This thing is only telling me 3, but I see a lot more people watching than that, right? And so if you don't give yourself a fun account, right, when you go out with your friends and you splurge, you're gonna feel guilty. All right, so now your vibration, you're no longer vibrating high, right? Because you're feeling guilty because you spent that money on that dress, and now that's gonna eat you alive, right? You're gonna go to bed thinking about, man, I shouldn't have spent that money on that dress, or I shouldn't have spent that money on that ticket, or I shouldn't have spent that money, going out to eat on that steak dinner or that happy hour with my friends, right? And so now you're vibrating low, and guess what you're attracting? You're attracting more low vibrational things, right? And now that shows up in not only your portfolio, but it shows up in your budgeting. It shows up in your finances, and then it creates a self-fulfilling prophecy, prophecy of profit. I'm thinking profit, right? Self-fulfilling prophecy. Say that 10 times 5. Okay. Self-fulfilling prophecy of negativity, right? It started with the guilt. You're guilty. You feel guilty for spending this money on yourself. Whatever it is, whether it was fun, you don't always, when you spend money on yourself, it doesn't always have to be a stock, guys. It doesn't always have to be an investment. It doesn't always have to be your kids' education. It doesn't always have to be something for someone else. It can be for your fun as well. Have fun with your money. All right? I give you permission. Give yourself permission to have fun with your money. Now, don't go overdoing it to where it's a detriment to your lifestyle, or to where it's hindering other parts of you or hindering other parts of your finances. Be responsible with it, but have an account. Call it your fun account, okay? Every time you get paid, put a portion of your money towards your expenses that are needed, right? Another portion of your money towards your savings. Another portion of your money towards your investments. And then you want a portion of your money for your fun account. You want a hello, beautiful. Thank you, Sissy. All right, thank you. Yes, you want to have a fun account. You want to have an account. This is my account for traveling. This is my account for going out to happy hour with my friends. This is my account for my hobby. This is my account for my skincare. This is my account for my bubble baths, right? This is my account. Exactly, right? You want to pay yourself first. Take care of you. You are a human being. You are not a robot who is trying to clean up its finances. You are not a computer program trying to, well, that's up for debate, but we're not going to take it that deep, right? You're not a robot. You are a human, right? You want to have experiences. You need to socialize, and you want to be realistic, right? You don't want to say, oh, I'm gonna, I make $5,000 a month. My bills are $4,500. I'm gonna save $500. I'm gonna pay all my bills. I'm gonna have $500 left, and I'm gonna save it. That's not happening. That is not happening. Don't do that to yourself, because what's going to happen, that 1 month you don't do it, you let yourself down, you're going to keep letting yourself down, and you're going to create that self-fulfilling prophecy of negativity over and over and over, right? Instead, right, if you have, let's say you make $5,000 a month, and your bills, hopefully, if you make $5,000 a month, your bills should not be more than $4,000 a month. I'm going to repeat that, okay? If you make $5,000 a month, your bill should not be any more than $4,000. You are living beyond your means. I don't care if every paycheck can still take care of your bills. You're still living beyond your means. Why? Because you won't have any money left over to invest. You won't have any money left over to save, and you won't have any money left over to take care of you. Okay? Because all of it is going to bills. But anyways, that's beside the point. I'm not going to go too deep into that on how much money you should be living on. That's for another live, right? But let's say that you make $5,000 a month and your bills are $4,000 a month, okay? You may say, okay, I'm going to take $500 and I'm going to pay myself first, whether that's your fund account, whether that's your savings, right? Maybe you say, okay, I'm going to take another $300 and I'm going to invest it. And whatever's left over, I'm going to put in a savings account, or whatever the case is, right? You want to give yourself that budget to take care of yourself, okay? So what are some things you want to spend money on for yourself? There's a couple of you guys watching. Now I can involve you guys, right? What are some things you want to spend money? What are some fun things that normally you feel guilty about spending your money on, but you're no longer going to feel guilty about it, all right? That's the question. What are some things you guys normally feel guilty about spending your money on that you no longer want to feel guilty about? Okay? Go ahead. Type it in the chat. Carla says a much needed vacation. Absolutely. Okay, Carla? Thank you for responding, okay? A much needed vacation. Where would you go, Carla? Where would you go? All right, where would you go? You guys should not feel guilty about going on vacation. You are a human being. You're not a robot. You need experiences. You need to experience things. You need to feel happy. You need to feel free. You need to feel liberated. You need to feel like it's okay to not do anything some days, right? Not every day. You're not going to wake up every single day. That is not balance, right? Everything is about balance. You can't work, and expect to be balanced. No. Right? You got to take care of yourself. Carla says, clothes. I must look professional when I step out as a business owner. Absolutely. Sissy said, I'm sorry. I never feel guilty about spending on myself. Yes, queen. Absolutely. Right? I'm so glad you feel that way, that you're a perfect example of what I would like for you guys. Right? I would like for you guys to feel just like Sissy. Sissy says, listen, myself first, because at the end of the day, when you have an emergency, and I said when, not if, okay, not if, we live this life, as long as you're here on earth, there will be emergencies. Now, it doesn't always have to be a life or death, guys, okay? It doesn't have to be life or death. An emergency is an emergency is an emergency, okay? Maybe you had an unexpected expense that put you in overdraft. That's an emergency. You need to take care of it. Right? You don't want to be operating in the red. I mean, it's not going to stop you from building wealth, right? It's not going to stop you, but it is going to hinder you, right? It is going to put some blockages in the road. So you want to get rid of those as soon as possible, right? Maybe a bill that was due that you completely forgot about, and you need to do whatever you need to do to pay it. So anyways, when an emergency happens, all these guys that you're paying on time, that you're making sure to pay on time, that is not you, they're not going to be around to help you with this emergency. Sally Mae with your student loans is not going to be around to help you. Your FPL NL person is not going to be around. I'm not saying, guys, I'm not saying don't pay your light bill now. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying don't pay your light bill. I'm not saying don't pay your rent. I'm not saying don't pay your student loans. I'm saying pay yourself first. Because you're letting yourself suffer. This is what I see with my clients, is that you're letting yourself suffer. Meanwhile, everybody else is getting paid on time. That makes zero sense. That is zero balance. How is that helping your family? Yes, it's keeping a roof over their heads. Yes, it's keeping this. But if you're able to give them that respect, why are you not giving yourself that respect? Anybody who can pay their light bill and pay their rent on time can pay themselves on time. Type in a 1 if you guys get me. Type in a 1 if you guys get me. Okay? If you're able to pay your rent on time, if you're able to pay your daycare on time, I'm not talking to the ones that are struggling. We're not talking to the ones that are struggling. If you're struggling, we got to have another conversation, okay? But I'm talking about people who are able to maintain their bills but continuously neglect themselves. You're neglecting yourself and it's not doing you any favors. It's not making it any better, okay? Stop neglecting yourself. This is to have fun with your money. I give you permission to have fun with your money. Okay? All right, moving on. All right, I got a couple of ones. Say said, if you want to go to Jamaica, I may be able to help with a great spot in car services. Oh, thanks, love, but I'm not. Listen, I'm Haitian. If I'm going in the Caribbean, I'm going to Haiti. Okay? No, but Jamaica, if I go to Jamaica, though, it's probably going to be for business, but I'm not going to go vacation in Jamaica. I'd rather give my people those dollars. Yeah, I said it. And I'll say it again, right? I'm not vacationing in Jamaica. It's not happening. Unless somebody else pays for it. Then, I have no choice but to go. If it's being sponsored, I have no choice. But I'd rather give my Haitians that dollars. And I said what I said. Okay, awesome. Oh, I think she was talking to someone else. Okay, beautiful. I don't think you were talking to me. Sorry about that. But yes, Haiti chérie. All right, number 2. All right, this is, it's not really number 2 because I talked about some in the last live, okay? Number 2, we want to give it some respect. Give your money respect. What does giving your money respect look like? Talk to me in the comments. What does giving your money respect look like? What does that mean? What do I mean by give your money some respect? What do I mean by that? Okay? So Sese was actually speaking to Carla about going to Jamaica. So she wasn't even speaking to me. She's like, sis, I wasn't even talking to you. Okay, I already know. I was replying to Carla. We're here. Okay, beautiful. All right, what does it look like to give your money some respect? Okay, give it some respect. Okay, what does it look like to give someone respect in a relationship? Let's talk about that. Okay, what does it look like to give someone respect? Okay, don't splurge often. Okay. All right, cool. Don't splurge often, meaning don't splurge to the point where it's hurtful. It's okay to splurge often, and I encourage you to splurge often, but don't splurge to the point where it becomes hurtful, to the point where it's starting to hurt you, or your finances, or your family, right? Or your savings, or your portfolio. Does that make sense? You can splurge as long as you have the cash flow to splurge. If you're making $20,000 a month and your bills are $4,000 or $5,000, you have about $16,000 left over to do whatever you want with. Obviously, you want to invest a majority of that because that's going to continue to allow you to have this lifestyle that you want. But there's so many things that you could do. You could splurge literally every month. You could put easily a $2,000 budget for yourself if you're making $20K a month. Some of you guys are not making that yet, but I want to get your mind ready for when you get there because it really happens that fast, guys, as soon as you make a decision. Part 1, I talked about making a decision. As soon as you make the decision, it really happens like that, guys. It happened to me within a month. I was making $3-4K a month, and I jumped to those levels within a month. Not gradually within a year, you guys. I used to think that way. I used to think that eventually I'll get to 20K a month. Eventually I'll get to 100K a month. Eventually, yeah, with time, right? We say these things. We're saying these things. We're speaking them into existence, and we're creating these false realities. We're the ones creating these realities. If you want it to take you months to get to 20K a month, if you want it to take you months to build a six-figure portfolio, it's going to take you months. It's going to take you years. If that's what you want, that's what's going to happen. But when you decide that my portfolio is going to be multiple six figures, that my income is going to be, maybe you're at 2K and you want to jump to 5K. Maybe you're at 5K, you want to jump to 8K, whatever it is. Once you decide, it's going to happen. Okay. And so back to my, sorry, I got off on a tangent, but if you're making 20K a month, you can easily put 2K for yourself where you splurge, and 2K you can really do some damage with 2K a month. Really. You can literally go out to eat every single night with $2,000 budget. You can take a trip every single month with a $2,000 budget, and that's still not going to hurt your finances. You guys understand what I'm saying? Okay, so it's okay. I don't want you to feel guilty about splurging, Cindy. That's what we were talking about. You want to have fun with your money, but you want to be realistic. Okay, so what does giving your money respect look like? Okay, let me get my notes so I know exactly how to explain this to you. Because sometimes I come up with it. Like, I'll meditate and I'll come up with the best ways to explain things to you guys, okay? And then I write it down, like, I got it, right? Don't think that me being a teacher, that it's just like it rolls off my tongue. No, I put work into this, okay? I meditate and I connect to my higher power all the time to know what message to deliver to you, okay? So don't be fooled. Yes, it can be natural at times, but it takes work to be me, okay? It takes a lot of work to be this fabulous. All right? Okay. What do I mean by give your money? Sister says, I treat myself like a personal injury attorney. I take 33%. Yes, absolutely. Always take. Some people say 10%. Some people say 33%, right? All of that. Okay. So give it respect, right? Your money is always trying to tell you something. Remember that exercise that I made you guys do, right? To print out your last 3 months of your bank statements, to highlight every single time that you spent money that you didn't need to be spending. Okay, remember that exercise. That exercise was for you to be aware, to put your money in your face so that your money could tell you what it needs to. And once your money is talking to you, when your money has a message for you, listen to them the first time. Okay? Sissy says tracking income, paying bills on time. Absolutely. Bingo. You got it, Sissy. On time. What did I say? On time. On time. Not 1 day late, not 1 hour late, not 1 minute late. Same with yourself. Pay yourself on time. Soon as you get your paycheck, do that wire transfer, wire it to wherever, the savings account, the brokerage account, your Coinbase account, your TD Ameritrade account, whatever account it needs to go to. Pay it on time and listen to your money. Listen to what it's saying. If you have a spending problem, right? Like Cindy said, don't splurge too much, right? Okay, don't splurge too much based on your budget. Okay, if you have a what is it called, like a shopping problem, right? Retail addiction, right? A lot of my clients that I work with, right, they have a retail addiction. Hello, I'm guilty of it too. I had a retail addiction with Amazon. I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it. Okay, right? A lot of us pay attention to it the first time. Your money shouldn't have to repeat itself. Just like your mom. When your mom tells you to sit down, she shouldn't have to repeat herself. When you tell your spouse to stop doing A, B, and C, you shouldn't have to repeat yourself. When you talk to your children and you tell them, go sit down, or whatever the case is, right? You shouldn't have to repeat yourself. Your money shouldn't have to repeat itself. If your money is telling you that you need to talk to a financial advisor or a counselor, and you keep saying later and later, that means you're not listening to your money. You know that you need to do this. Until you do it, I'm going to tell you right now, your subconscious is going to block any blessings that are available for you. I'm going to repeat that. If you know that you're supposed to be doing something and you keep putting it off until later, it doesn't even have to be speak to a financial advisor. It could be to pay that bill. It could be to pay that past due bill. It could be to pay off that credit card that's been eating at you at night, that you think about when you're daydreaming at work, or when you're wandering off at work, that it pops in your brain and it gives you that little stress, right? That thing on your shoulder that you've been holding on for the past 2 years. Until you release it energetically, you're going to create blockages, and your income is not going to elevate. Your financial situation is not going to elevate. Stop creating these blockages. Give your money that respect. Pay things on time. Your investment account. If you committed to putting $400-500 a month away for to buy Apple or to buy Microsoft, right? And you say, I'm gonna do it on the 15th of every month. On the 15th of every month, make sure that that transfer is made. If you're paying for a course, if you're paying for an advisor, whatever it is, make sure you do it on time. If you have to pay your kids' daycare, pay it on time. You have to pay your rent. I know that they usually, or if you're paying rent or even mortgage, they usually give you a grace period. Do not use that. Stop using your grace period, because now you're giving yourself permission to let yourself down. You know that it's due on the 1st. You know that it's due on the 15th. Yes, they give you 3-day grace period if something happens. If maybe there's a bank holiday of some sort. Maybe you got into an emergency. Maybe you had a overdraft that you need to take care of before the bill. That's what the 3 days is for. It's not for you to be lazy and say, oh yeah, I know rent's really due on the 1st, but it's really due on the 3rd. No, it's not. You're lying to yourself. And all these little lies that you're telling to yourself, your subconscious mind, right, is programming all of it, is recording all of it. Oh, she let herself down today again. She let herself down today again. She let herself down today again. Oh, so this being here, all right, likes, just like, okay, guys, let's have a real conversation real quick, okay? Let's have a real conversation. When you like things on your Facebook, when you like things on your Instagram, when you like things on your TikTok, when you Googled certain things on your Google, guess what's happening? All of that is being recorded. You guys with me? Type in a 1 if you're with me. All of that is being recorded. Every single time you like something, every single time you Google something, every single time you say something, because a lot of it is being recorded on your phone too. Any single time you do a search, you look at something, it's being recorded. Your mind is doing the same thing. Why is it being recorded? It's being recorded so that they get to know you. They create an avatar of you. They create a customer profile to predict what are some things you'll be interested in the future, and to put things in front of you that you may be interested in. That's how the ads work. Okay? You guys with me? Now take that same thinking into your mind. Your subconscious mind is always on and is always recording everything. Just like your Facebook, just like your Google, just like your TikTok, just like your Instagram. So if you're consistently letting yourself down, if you're consistently lying to yourself, guess what your subconscious is going to program you as? They're going to program you as someone who's untrustworthy. They're going to program you as someone who loves to lie to themselves. They're going to program you as someone who really doesn't want abundance. And so when the universe is knocking on your door and saying, hey, Cindy, hey, Sherry, hey, Tanya, I've got $1,000 extra for you a month. I've got a $5,000 profit from your stocks from 2-3 months ago. I've got an opportunity for I've got a $20,000 raise for you to make more money every month. Guess what? The programming that you've been programming this entire time is gonna say, this one's not ready for that. This one doesn't want it. She says she wants it, but she likes to lie to herself, so she really doesn't want it. So you could take that to someone else. Type in a 2 if you guys are with me. This is how the universe works. This is exactly how the universe works. This is how your mind works, and it has been proven by science. This is quantum physics, guys. This is quantum physics. This is proven. This is exactly how your mind works. Okay? If you're consistently paying your bills late, if you're consistently letting yourself down, not paying yourself, but you're asking the universe, generational wealth, baby, putting it all up in your Facebook, yeah, I'm going to be a millionaire. Good morning, millionaires. I'm a millionaire. I'm a this, I'm a that. But your habits are saying something else. Your subconscious is not listening to what's coming out of your mouth, because what's coming out of your mouth is not reliable. It's not the truth. And so your subconscious is like, tune her out. She's just talking her talk right now. What she really wants is to stay in bed. What she really wants is to pay her bills late. What she really wants is to stay in this cycle of paycheck to paycheck. That's what she really wants, because that's what her actions are telling me. That's what her actions are telling me. Her actions are not telling me that she wants an extra 5K a month. Her actions are not telling me that she wants an extra 10K a month. Her actions are telling me that she likes to pay her rent on the 3rd because even though it's really due on the 1st. That's what her actions are telling me. And so when the universe knocks on my door and says, hey, Kat, you know what? You're going to start making 50K a month. Subconscious is going to be like, oh, no, she's not ready for that. She can barely handle 20K. No, come back another time. She's not ready. She's not ready. That's how it is. So give yourself that respect. Give your money that respect because money is what? Money is energy. Okay? I grew up in a household where my mom would say, fais-moi lumière, éteins lumière. Éteins lumière parce que pas ou même qu'à payer bill, right? My mom would be like, turn off the lights. Why are so many lights on? She's giving the light the respect because she knows the more that she uses the light, the more she has to pay for it. Type in a 2 if you're with me. My mom would come into the room and say, why are all these lights on? Because she didn't want her light bill to be high. So what? She respected the light. She knew she couldn't use an excess amount of the light. Same thing. Stop using an excess amount of your deadlines. Stop abusing your deadlines. Stop abusing your finances. Give it that same respect. Because if not, it's going to require more energy out of you. It's going to be more expensive for you. And how expensive is it going to be? It's not going to be the same expenses as your light bill going up. It's going to be missing out on opportunities. It's going to be self-sabotaging different opportunities. That's the expense that it's going to take. Okay? Alrighty, awesome. Let me go to the comments. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Okay, Carla says, I shop when I'm stressed. Okay, we're going to discuss that. Okay, beautiful. The first step is to acknowledge it. Okay, I shop when I'm stressed. All right, guys, it is what it is. All right, I admit it. I admit it. I shop when I'm stressed. So now, what are we going to do about it? Okay, it's not I shop when I'm stressed and then it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to go shop when I stress and just say, well, that's how I am. I just shop when I'm stressed. Okay, you're aware of it, but what are we going to do about it, right? We're going to touch on that. That's actually one of my points. Okay? I treat myself, okay, beautiful. Tracking income, invest carefully. Yes, you need AA Amazon Anonymous. I do. I do it. Amazon Hi, my name is Katiana Carey, and I'm addicted to Amazon. That's not funny. It's true, though. Okay. A great way to pay your bills. Okay. Yes. 3 days before the due date. Yes. Yes, Sissy. Absolutely. I was actually going to touch on that. Pay your bills before. What's your least expensive bill? Try this, guys. Okay. A lot of you guys have supplemental income. A lot of you guys have way more money than you really need. Okay. You guys think you're broke, but you're really not. You're not broke. You have a cash flow issue. It's not that you're broke. You have a cash flow management issue. You have plenty of money coming in, but you have no idea where it's going. It's going swipe, 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 and you're like, oh my God, I'm broke. No, you're not. You're just not respecting your money, right? You're not giving it the attention that it needs and all the other things that I talked about, okay? So some of you guys don't have you're not broke. Stop saying you're broke, because you're not. You're not broke. You're far from it. You just have a cash flow management issue. So like Sese says, one of the best ways, try this exercise. What is your smallest bill? What is your least expensive bill out there? Think about your least expensive. One of mine is my cell phone is one of my least expensive bills. Another one is what's another bill? My cable bill. Not cable, the internet. Right? I don't have cable. I have just internet, right? So what can you do? Take that bill. My internet bill is like $70, okay? 70 times 3 is what? 21? Yeah, 21, that's $210. Okay? Try paying 3 months in advance on your smallest bill. See how that feels. See how that liberates you. Just small. It's so small. It's only $70. It's not a big deal, right? Some of you guys, your cell phone bill's $50. Try that. If you can't do 3 months, do 2 months in advance. Pay your bill for this month and then next month, or pay it up to the end of the year. Whatever. Try. Can everybody do this? Type in a 3 if you're gonna commit to that, because I'm actually gonna do it. I'm gonna do it with you guys. Okay? I'm going to do it. Actually, I'm not going to do it with just one bill. I'm going to do it with a couple of them. But you guys could just start with one. Okay? Type in a 3 if you're going to commit to that, okay? We're going to take the smallest bill that we have, monthly bill. And a lot of you guys, please don't tell me you can't do it or that you're broke or that all of that. If that's the case, then we need to have another conversation because you're not broke. You just have a cash flow management issue. Hello, I'm speaking to myself, okay? You're not broke. You're far from it. So don't give me that excuse that you're broke or you won't be able to do it this paycheck or you have to wait till next paycheck or next month. If you can't do it right now, you can't do it at all because you have another issue. Okay, so if you can do it, let's pay either next month or the next month after that. Let's try that and see how you feel energetically. Reward yourself energetically. Tell the universe, tell your higher power, whoever whoever your higher power is, because your higher power is my higher power, is that person's higher power, is everybody's higher power, because we're all one. Okay, it really doesn't matter what color or what box you put your higher power in or whatever you label it, it's still the same higher power, okay? All right? I hate to break it to you, but we're all talking to the same person. Alrighty? Awesome. So invite that energy and prove that you're ready for this abundance to come your way. Prove that you're ready for this generational wealth that you've been asking about. Prove that you want this lifestyle that you want, that you've been meaning to live for the past couple of years. Prove that you want to take more vacations. Prove that you want to be able to provide more for your kids. Prove that you want to buy a house. Prove whatever your goals is. Prove it with your actions and start with something small like that. I'd love to see the results. Something as simple as that, as paying your bills ahead of time. Try that. I promise you're going to feel it. Okay? Nice work, Sissy. Thank you for that. That was a really good, really good. Sissy said, find a hobby, love, meditate. Yes, exactly. Okay? I call the FD, aka financial depression. Okay? Find the trigger and address it. Absolutely. Okay, I got a couple of 3s. Nice. Okay, we got Tanya. We've got Swiper, stop swiping. I love it. Yes. Cindy. Okay, Katrina, Cassandra. Okay, I got a couple of people. All right. I'm gonna tag you guys. I'm gonna go back to this live. I'm gonna see everybody who wrote a 3. And probably a couple of weeks from now, I'll ask you, how do you feel? Okay, how do you feel? What happened? What was the result? Guys, it's really like that. It's always an exchange of energy. Okay, always an exchange of energy. When you make that decision and you actually do it, that's like flipping the switch to turn on the lights. You're gonna get something. Something's gonna happen. You're either gonna get a random deposit, or you're gonna get a raise, or more hours, or a random client out of nowhere. It's going to happen, guys. I can guarantee it. This is physics. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. I'm going to repeat that. That's the second law. The first law of physics is anything in motion stays in motion, right? If you throw a ball, it's going to keep moving until something gets in its way, right? The second law is every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So when you take an action to pay your bills ahead of time, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get back something equivalent to that. Whatever you ask for. It could be anything. For me, it could be a random client out of nowhere without any type of marketing. That happens to me all the time. Anytime I do something like that, anytime I stretch myself, I literally get a random client in my DMs that said, hey, Kat, I'm ready to get started. Boom, pays an invoice, bam, I got some money in my account. Or I get a random person buys one of my online courses out of nowhere without any type of marketing, right? This happens all the time, okay? So I can't wait to see the results. Moving on. Okay, got a couple of 3s. Okay, the next thing is you want to stop manipulating your money. Stop trying to manipulate your money. Okay? Stop it. Stop trying to manipulate your money. When you're in a relationship, type in a 2 if you would like to be manipulated. Type in a 0 if you don't. Okay? When you're in a relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship, whether it's a mother and daughter, whether it's siblings, whether it's coworkers, whether it's your boss and yourself, whether it's a business partner, whatever relationship it is, type in a 2 if you like to be manipulated. Type in a 0 if you don't. Okay? If you don't like to be manipulated, okay, why are you manipulating your money? What does manipulating your money look like, Kat? What does that mean? What do you mean by manipulate your money? Okay? Stop taking shortcuts. That's what I'm saying. Stop taking shortcuts. A lot of you guys are calling me on the phone, telling me, hey, Kat, I want to build generational wealth. I want to make, an extra 2-3K a month, right? I want to grow this account, and I want to grow my account to $100,000. Okay, beautiful. What are you starting with? Oh, $200. Okay. All right. You're starting with $200. Okay. So what have you done to get this started? Like, what have you done? Oh, nothing. I'm just talking to you to see what your classes are like. So you're trying to manipulate your money. You're trying to take shortcuts. Do you really think you're going to take $200 or $1,000 or $2,000 and grow it to $100,000 without taking any courses? Do you really think that's going to happen? Do you really think that you're going to take $2,000 and grow it to $250K without putting in the work in yourself? Do you really think that's going to happen? Or buying into these get rich quick schemes. I've been in so many of them. I've been into MLMs after MLMs. I did not the traditional susus, because those are the best ones. The traditional susus are good, but they had those susus last year where you had to recruit people. You had to recruit 2 people to get 2 people to get 2 people, right? That's manipulation. That's a get rich quick thing. That's why it didn't work. I was a victim of that too. I thought it was going to work. Because people and this and that, because traditional susus work. There's a reason why the traditional ones work. Because it takes time. But this one was trying to expedite things. It was not only trying to expedite things, but it was trying to not only expedite it, but like exponentially grow it as well. Stop falling for these things. Oh, you pay $150 and you're going to make $1 million. Or you pay $200 and you're going to learn how to make, multiple 6 figures. Those are all shortcuts. Stop trying to take shortcuts. Stop trying to take $2,000 and put it into Dogecoin or some coin that has zero zero utility or zero foundation and trying to turn it into 20K. That is gambling. You're better off going to Vegas. You're better off having fun with that. You're better off using that in your fun account. Go to Vegas with your friends, have a grand old time, and go gamble your money away. That is a much better way to spend your money. And it is much more effective and a much more energetically effective way to spend your money. Stop trying to take these shortcuts. And there's nothing wrong with MLMs now. It's nothing wrong. That don't get me wrong. I said something about MLMs. I'm not bashing them. But a lot of you guys think that you're going to pay this money and magically make all this money without any work. You got to put in the work, guys. You guys saw my growth with your own eyes. Last year, I made a decision to start this Facebook group. I started it in November. It's almost been a year. I literally was posting videos every single day, giving you guys free information every single day. To the point where you got tired of seeing my face, where you're like, who is this girl? Why does she know so much about stocks? Ooh, her videos are actually interesting. Let me follow her. You still didn't buy nothing from me yet, right? You still didn't buy. I'm being the truth. I'm telling the truth. I'm opening the curtain so that you guys can see exactly what the thought process was for my success. You guys still didn't buy anything from me, okay? Then I went live every time that I could. I went live. I would stay on live. I would interact with you guys for a whole hour, an hour and a half for free, dropping information. I still didn't charge you a dime. This is all me putting in the work. I could have opened the Facebook group and then boom, decide, oh, I have a Facebook group. I'm about to make $1 million. Yeah. No, you got to put in the work. I would do hours and hours of research, going back in my notes from my master's program, looking at some of the things that I learned in my master's program that I would want you to learn. Talk to you about bonds. Talk to you about IPOs. Talk to you about how to analyze a stock. Talk to you about how different strategies with your investments. Talk to you about retirement planning. And I went over and over and over. And then boom, I got some people to click on a free 15-minute with me. At first it was free 30 minutes. Okay, it was 30 minutes with me. Still, not a dime. I still didn't get a dime. 30 minutes, I'm helping you. You're telling me what your issue is. I'm walking you through it. And then I send you my prices. Bam. All of that work. That's what it took. That's what I had to do to get this business to where it is now, and it's still not where I want it to be. I'm not stopping until I have a $250 million business. Businesses, okay? All right, I'm not stopping, and even then, I'm still not stopping, but at least I could probably breathe and say, whew, I did it, okay? All right, so we gotta put in the work. How do you increase your worth, your net worth? You have to educate yourself. You have to budget. You have to do the mindset work. You guys are with me? Type in a 2 if you're with me. Type in a 2 if you're with me, guys. You have to put in the work. Stop with these get rich quicks. Stop chasing these small coins, trying to make $1 million by just putting in $200. Some people were putting $100 into Dogecoin, thinking that's going to make them $1 million. You're trying to manipulate your money. Nothing in this world is going to turn $100 into $1 million without any type of gambling. You can go buy a lotto ticket. You can buy 100 lotto tickets and win the lottery and make $1 million. That is gambling. Okay, so if you want to gamble with your money, just go back to that first point and put it in your fun account. This is my gambling money. This is how I have my fun. Don't lie to yourself and say, I'm going to put $100. This is my investment and this is going to make me $1 million. You're trying to manipulate your money. Stop it. Because guess what? Your money is just going to continue to manipulate you. Everything is an exchange of energy. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. If you're manipulating your money, if you're trying to get rich quick, if you're trying to take shortcuts, if you're trying to say, I'm not going to pay this bill and I'm not going to pay. Kat says one thing. This is one of my students. This is what a lot of my students do. I tell my students all the time, your short-term trades, your options portfolio, your crypto, the stuff that you're not holding on to pass to your grandchildren. That short-term portfolio is for cash flow. That is all it's for. It is not to sit here and gamble your money away and get it to 250K. That's not going to get you to 250K. It's just not going to do it. It's not. Let it go. It's not going to do it. What it is going to do is going to give you the cash flow so that you can feed your long-term investments. And let compound interest work in your favor so that you can get to 250K. That's how it's done. But you guys want to take shortcuts. Okay? You want to sign up for this option scores. That's only $30 or that's only $150. And they're telling you to buy options, and options is so easy. And you buy these out of the money options, or you buy these shit coins, okay? That have zero utility, zero foundation, because somebody on the internet told you that it's going to go to the moon. You're trying to skip steps. You're trying to have shortcuts. There is no such thing as get rich quick, because the quicker you make that, like when you take those shortcuts, guess what? You're getting it right back. You're getting that right back. You're getting manipulated somehow, and it's not going to end well. Okay? Think about all these people who win the lottery, who go bankrupt within 2 years. Think about all these athletes that had all this money for 4 or 5 years, that were in the top of their games, and then you see them 4 or 5 years later after they retire, they're begging on the streets or they're homeless because they tried to do shortcuts. There's a difference between making a decision and jumping in income. There's a difference between jumping in income because you made a decision versus trying to get rich quick. Two different energies here. You made a decision that is a positive energy that is elevating you on a different frequency and is inviting abundance into your life. The other one is trying to be manipulative and is vibrating on a low frequency. And guess what's going to be attracted? Low vibrational stuff. You guys with me? Type in the 3 if you're with me. Okay? That's the difference. buying this thing that's gonna, it'd be the end all be all. That's gonna be, oh yeah, I'm gonna get rich, and it's gonna be so easy. That one is low vibrational, because you're not doing the work. You're not doing the energetic work. You're not doing the spiritual work. You're not deciding to put yourself first. You're not deciding to put your great grandchildren first. You're not doing any of that, because you're only thinking about yourself and the now, and it needs to happen quick. It needs to happen fast. It needs to happen now. I don't care what Kat and everybody else is saying about long-term investing. That's not for me. That's for the old folks. I'm going to do this right now, and I'm going to make thousands of dollars, and it never happens. And you keep putting your energy into that one manipulative thing. Manipulative thing. Okay? Alrighty, moving on. Okay, the faster you climb, the harder you fall. Absolutely, okay? All right, and then that goes into be honest. Be honest with yourself. Don't say, oh, I'm going to go, one of the things I had to do was, with my Amazon, it wasn't I was going to cut it off. No, don't do that, guys. Please don't do that. If you have a problem, I think it was Carla that was saying she has a spending problem whenever she's stressed. Okay. She can't go from 60 to 0 like that. Okay. That's going to hurt her, because the minute that she messes up, she's going to relapse. Okay, you don't want to do that. You want to be honest with yourself. If you have a shopping problem, lower the shopping budget. Don't take it out altogether. Don't say I'm not shopping this month, or I'm not shopping, or I'm taking that away. No, don't do that. You're lying to yourself, because the minute that you go shopping, that one time that you allow yourself to go shop and say, oh, it's just this one time. It's just this one little shirt, or it's just this one little dress. I didn't spend that much. That's going to open up the floodgates for you to relapse. So be honest with yourself and say, hey, last month I spent $1,000 on clothes. This month I'm going to try to spend $800. Or maybe the past 3 months in a row, or the past 6 months in a row, I've continuously spent, $1,500 on going out to eat. Okay? This month, you know what? I'm going to do 1,000. That is realistic, because now you're slowly, it's kind of like a diet, right? You don't go from having, being a meativore, a carnivore like myself, who loves steak and lamb and everything, to go to raw vegan within one day. That's not happening. You're going to shock your body. You're going to shock yourself energetically. You're going to shock yourself, and you're going to relapse. Okay? It's the same thing with your finances. So whatever the issue is, if it's taking up this much of your budget, minimize the budget incrementally. Okay, so maybe this time you're like, okay, now that you're aware that you spent $1,500 on going out to eat, that in itself is going to allow you to spend less, period. Okay, the fact that you're aware of it is going to allow you to spend less. But if you tell yourself, you know what, I'm going to spend $1,000, I'm going to spend $500 less. That $500 that I usually spend on eating out, I'm going to use that and put it in the savings, or I'm going to buy some Apple stocks with that. But I'm still going to give myself that $1,000. Okay, maybe next month you only used $800. Now you're capable of doing $800. So now you can go lower to $800. And maybe it stays there. Maybe it's to the point where, you know what, Kat? This going out to eat is actually one of my happy stuff, right? It actually liberates me. It gives me that freedom. I like these experiences and testing out different restaurants. I actually like doing that. You know what? I'm going to stay at $800. Be honest with yourself. Don't think that you have to go down to 0. You don't, really. Okay? Whatever it is, be honest with yourself and be realistic. Don't try to cut it all off. And don't tell me that, oh, I don't spend money on myself. That's another one I get. Oh my God. That really grinds my gears. When I'm doing a budget with my clients where they're like, oh, I don't spend any money on myself. All I do is pay bills. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because your bills are not exactly your paycheck. Your money is going somewhere else. Be honest with yourself. Don't tell yourself you don't spend money on yourself. You don't buy lotion for yourself. You walk around ashy, right? Is that what you're telling me? You don't buy toothpaste for yourself. You walk around. You know what I mean? Right? You don't buy skincare for yourself. You walk around with crazy skin. Like, you do stuff for yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Okay, I don't spend any money. All I spend money is on the kids. How are you able to not spend money on yourself but take care of your kids? That makes no sense. You do spend money on yourself. Okay? Okay, I don't have any subscriptions. I don't have cable. What other don't tell me that cable is the only type of subscription that you have. Stop it. Your Netflix is not cable, but it's still a subscription. Your Prime is not cable, but it's still a subscription. Okay, stop it. Stop lying to yourself. Okay, I don't go out to eat like that, but I see Pollo Tropical, I see Starbucks, and then I see $14 at the mall. But I just went to the mall and I went to the food court. But I thought you don't spend money on yourself. Now you're lying to yourself, and now so that's my cue. I'm gonna have to go. I'm almost finished anyway. Okay, I'm almost finished anyway. Okay. All right. So be honest with yourself. Be honest. Be honest. That's all I got to say. Whatever the bank statement is saying, accept it. Don't try to lie to yourself. Don't say to yourself, "Oh yeah, it's only $15 that I spent on this. It's only this and that." No, it's not. Find it. Where is your money going? You know how many times it takes me sometimes 2 sessions to get down to somebody's budget because they always want to leave something out. Something that's eating away at them, something that's stressing them, something that they feel shame that they're spending their money on. Okay? You don't have to be honest with me. Be honest with you. Okay? All right, moving on. The last one is seek clarity. Seek clarity. If you don't understand something in your finances, okay? If you don't understand how retirement works, if you don't understand how to roll over your old 401k, if you don't understand how to open a brokerage account so that you can start buying stocks, if you don't understand how to budget, how to properly structure your portfolio, if you don't understand the home buying process, if you don't understand how to invest in real estate, if you don't understand these things, if you don't understand your taxes, if you don't understand how to lower your taxes, seek the counsel. Stop trying to do it by yourself. Nobody does it by themselves. That saying of self-made millionaire is a misnomer. That's just a saying, okay? It's a misnomer. It doesn't mean you're a millionaire and you do everything by yourself. Stop trying to do it by yourself. The reason why you're having such a hard time with your finances is because you're trying to do it by yourself. Okay, seek the counsel. It doesn't have to be a financial advisor now. It could be someone in your family that's good with finances that you may be that you may have a good relationship with. Like Cece, she quotes her mom all the time. Okay, she quotes her mom, so it looks like her mom could be a good go-to for her. Think about some of the people, right? Like Sharika said in the webinar we did with Jeremy Newsom the other day. Thank you everybody who showed up. Thank you. I do have the recording. I just got it today. I'm going to send it out to those of you who were not able to attend, and you'll still have a chance to donate. Thank you so much, everybody. But one of the things Sharika said, one of the questions that was asked was, how do I find a financial advisor, right? What if you weren't part of this Facebook group? What if you didn't have Kat putting videos in your face all day long to where you're like, okay, I get it, Kat. You handle finances. When I'm ready for you, you're going to be my person, right? What if you don't have that? What if you don't have that luxury? So how do you find a financial advisor? Okay, I'm going to give you a hint. Not a hint. I'm going to give you a quick tip, okay? Very quick tip. Go to your local Fidelity office, your local Charles Schwab office, your local TD Ameritrade office, your local Merrill Lynch office, right? Your local Vanguard office, any investment bank, or any bank for that matter. Any bank, and ask, and Capital One's another good one, and ask to speak to an advisor. Easy. Guess how much that's going to cost you. Guess in the comments. How much do you think that's going to cost you? Type it in the comments. How much do you think it's going to cost you to walk into Fidelity, to walk into a Charles Schwab, to walk into Merrill Lynch, to walk into Bank of America, to walk into TD Ameritrade, to walk into any investment bank or bank? Okay? Guess how much it's going to cost you. Cece says nada. Marilyn says nada. Okay, 0. Yes, Sherry says 0. Exactly, $0. It's not gonna cost you any money. It's gonna cost you time. Yes, you're gonna have to put in that. I gotta get in the car or the Uber or whatever. You gotta drive there, go through traffic, whatever. You gotta find parking, right? So it's not technically free, but you can always call too, right? Picking up the phone that doesn't require gas and all of that. Pick up the phone. Call them. I need to speak to a financial advisor. Hey, I have a question. I have an old 401k and I want to roll it over. Can you help me? Hey, I need someone to help me budget. Hey, I need someone to help me open a brokerage account to buy stocks. Hey, I don't know how to buy stocks on this. Can you show me what buttons to press? Hey, pick up the phone. Drive to the bank and ask for help. There is no excuse. Kat, your prices are too much. Kat, You're so expensive. Okay, I'm expensive, but those people are free. What's the excuse now? Why are you not talking to them? It's not that I'm expensive. It's that you're lying to yourself. You're not really ready. You want to be ready, but you're not. Just say that. Don't call me and say that my prices are too high, because it's not. It's not the prices. It's not. It's you. Because if that was the case, you would have drove to Fidelity, you would have drove to Charles Schwab, and you would have got the help that you needed to. I sell packages where I help with financial services. And I'm telling you where to go get it for free. Make it make sense. Why am I doing that? Why am I doing that? Because it's not about the money for me. It's not about the money. It's about you. It's about elevating my community. If you want my time costs money. I'm a trader. I trade. I actually handle my own portfolio and other people's. Okay? My business portfolio. No, I'm not going to handle your portfolio. Don't ask. Okay? Don't ask me, please. Only certain people. Only certain close friends and family. Okay? All right? I manage my own portfolio. I run a stock club where I have to trade in order to find a different by the way, guys, let me pause real quick with the stock club. This thing's probably going to die soon because it was on Did I just lose you? I was sure. Am I still here? Okay. Right? By the way, guys, before I forget, stock clubs. Type in a 7. If you're not part of the stock club, I'm going to send you the link. The first month is free. It'll be right on time for you. Every 15th of the month, I give you a list of long-term picks. Okay? Long-term, meaning this is not for you. When you're trading long-term, when you're investing long-term, you're not investing for yourself. You're investing for your grandchildren. Your portfolio does not belong to you. Yes, your retirement portfolio doesn't belong to you. Your retirement portfolio is going to help you retire, but when you're no longer here, guess who gets to inherit all of those millions of dollars? Your children. So the portfolio is not really for you. You can use it in your lifetime, but it's really not for you. It's for your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, and so on and so forth. But anyways, I got off on a tangent. I give you long-term picks, all right? I give you exactly what stocks to buy and what prices to get them. Okay, and then sporadically throughout the week, I'll give you some crypto plays. Okay, some options plays to give you that that quick cash flow, that quick $500, that quick $1,000, so that you don't have to come out of pocket per se to buy your long-term portfolio. You can use your small cash flow, that quick 200 that you made today, or that quick 500 you make for the week, that quick 1,000 that you made, right? You can use that to buy the long-term picks. That is how you build generational wealth. Use your short term to feed the long term. The long term compounds over time. And that's how you're easily able to go to 250K, 100K, 100K, 250K, $500,000, right? Type in a 7 if you guys want to be a part of that stock club, okay? So I got off on a tangent with that. I forgot what I was saying I got on the stock club. I was talking about clarity, okay? I was talking about going clarity, and then somehow I got on the stock club. I don't remember why. It's time for me to end this live anyway. But anyways, okay? Just to wrap things up, okay? Seek clarity, seek a counselor. Find clarity. Get the education, okay? Maybe you don't have time to drive to a bank. Maybe you don't have time to talk to Kat on the phone for 15 minutes or to sit on a Zoom with her for a whole hour, okay? Maybe that's, maybe you just don't even want to talk to anybody. Maybe you don't like people. Some people don't like people. I like people to a certain extent, okay? As long as you're nice, I'll be nice, okay? But sometimes I like to be to myself as well. I don't always like to be surrounded by people. So I get it. I totally get it. Sometimes I don't want to talk to anybody. Sometimes I block out my schedule, not because I'm busy, because I don't want to talk to anyone. So that's part of it, okay? So I get it. Maybe you don't want to talk to anybody. What are some other things you can do to educate yourself? Type into the chat. I see everybody's, it's the smile for me. Thanks, love. Okay. All right. What else can you do that you don't have to talk to anybody, right? You can YouTube. Okay. Put you guys sit here on my lives and I talk to you guys for a whole hour and you sit throughout the whole thing. Because what I'm saying to you is interesting. Guess what? There's plenty of other people on YouTube that are saying interesting things. At least, okay, one of the things you can do is you can watch my live, write down some keywords that I talk about, and then after my live or another time, okay, put out 20 minutes and watch a 5-minute video on clarifying whatever I just talked about. Ooh, Kat just talked about IPOs. Let me go on YouTube and supplement my education on YouTube. Or let me scroll through these articles and briefly read on IPOs. Oh, Kat just talked about Roth IRAs. Let me go on YouTube and watch a 5-10 minute video on Roth IRAs. Excuse me. Kat just talked about excuse me. It just went on the wrong hole. Kat just talked about I don't know, taxes. I don't know. I talk about so many things. Bonds, right? Kat just talked about municipal bonds. Ooh, that's interesting. Let me go on YouTube and look some more. Okay? You don't have to necessarily talk. Get the clarity that you need. Go join different Facebook groups. If you have an issue with budgeting, right? Or money mindset, follow money mindset people. A lot of the ideas that I get is from my own mentors. Guys, there's no such thing as an original thought. We are one collective consciousness. We are one collective consciousness. There's nothing new under the sun, guys. The further back we go in humanity, the more we discover about the people that were here thousands of years before, the more we realize they were exactly like us. They had the same technology. You look at the ancient Egyptians. They had the same technologies. They even have QR codes. You know those QR codes? They found those hieroglyphics on hieroglyphics. Okay? The system that they use to light up the pyramids is a much more advanced system that we are just now tapping into. There's nothing new under the sun. So everything that you've thought of, everything that you've ever felt, anything that you've ever thought about, dreamed about, wanted, somebody else has also wanted it or dreamed of it. Okay? So someone else out there has the answer that you're looking for. Find that person. Put in the effort to find the clarity, to find the guidance. It doesn't have to be me, guys. I tell you guys all the time, I don't like working with everybody. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like working with people who lie to themselves. I don't like working with people who complain all the time. I don't like working with people who say they're going to do something and they don't. I don't like working with these people because that energy drags me down. And so I don't like to work with everybody. So you don't have to work with me. Okay? But it doesn't mean you don't get to get help. Just because I may not be the right person to help you doesn't mean you don't deserve to be helped. Okay? I don't have any hard feelings. There's some people that I cannot work with. It is a reality. Everybody's like this. There are some people that you just do not rub with. Your energies just don't match. And it is what it is. But it doesn't mean that person doesn't still need help. Okay? I care enough about you to tell you, hey, I may not be the right person. Oh, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about my time. I was talking about how my time is worth money because I manage portfolios. I run a stock club. Okay? I run an entire business. Okay? And I'm also in the process of doing some investments in Africa. That takes a lot of my time. And so if you want an hour with me, I have to put a lot of things to the side to help you. So yes, it's going to cost you money to be worth it, for it to be worth it for me to take an hour out of my time to speak to you privately. It's worth money. But maybe you can't afford that. Or maybe you don't want to pay it. Some of you guys can afford it, but you just feel like it's not worth it. And that's okay. There's no hard feelings. You can go. Group. I hate group texts. But you know what I hate more? Is the group calls. Come on now. Like, no, I don't want to talk to 500 people all at once right now. I'm already doing that right now. Okay, sorry. I'm about to go anyway because my iPad's dying. But anyways, right? Okay, so that's why I'm telling you guys the reason. Actually, it was a full circle. The reason why I went off on that tangent, the reason why I told you guys to go somewhere for free is because I can't work with everybody. Even if I had the personality where I could literally work with everybody, I can't physically do it. I only have 24 hours in my day. And there are thousands and millions of you guys out there who need help. Okay? So I'm giving you the resources of where else you can get your help. Because it doesn't have to be for me. You can go to the bank for free. Okay? You can go to any investment bank for free. Tell them exactly what you want. You already know. Kat says start with your goals. Start with your goal. You don't have to purchase anything from them. You don't have to purchase anything from them to get advice. Just go into the office and say, I'm looking to do this and that. If they don't help you, at least they're going to give you enough for you to be able to continue to help yourself. Meaning that they're going to give you just enough to know what to look for in the other resources that you go to. Okay? All right. Say says, I have referred countless people to other professionals because I would not waste my energy on trying to convince anyone. Exactly. Okay. Hi, Miss Judith. Okay, Loctician. Okay, beautiful. So I see the 7s. Don't worry, I'm going to send you the link so that you guys can join. Any questions, guys? I'm going to open up for questions. Any questions in the comments, and I'm going to go. Any questions? Questions. Any questions? Any questions? Questions. Okay? I'm talking too much, okay? All right, so while you guys write your questions, I'm gonna reiterate everything I said, okay? First one I said on this live, because the last live I had a couple. I think I had 4 or 5, okay? So here, have fun. Another thing I forgot to say is surround yourself with nice things, okay? Don't be afraid to buy yourself nice things. If you want that Louis Vuitton purse, go get it. If you want that those Prada shoes, go get it. Okay? Just make sure it's not hurting something else. Don't hurt yourself trying to get those Prada shoes now, okay? All right? Give your money respect. Pay your bills on time. Pay them ahead of time. As a matter of fact, we did a challenge together where we're all going to try to pay our smallest bill. We're going to try to pay either 2 or 3 months in advance, okay? And I'm going to do it as well. All right? Stop manipulating your money. Stop trying to get rich quick. Stop it. It's not, excuse me. If get rich quick worked, you would have been rich already. Why are you not rich yet? That get rich quick scheme that you just signed up for, or that you signed up for 3 or 4 times, or different ones, why are you not rich yet? Because it doesn't work. Stop manipulating your money. Give it that respect. Put in the necessary work. And not just physical work, but the energetic work. What does that look like? Right? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So you want the universe to give you more abundance. You want the universe to open the doors for you. You want your business to grow. You want your portfolio to grow, but you're laying in bed. You're saying to yourself that you're going to get a financial advisor, but you never do. You bought this course, but you never opened it. Right? You bought this book, but you have yet to open it to read page 1. You bought this audiobook, you have yet to listen to more than 5 minutes of it. All right? What is that? That is not the equal and opposite reaction. That's not. If you're asking the universe to give you an extra 5K a month, but you're doing the same thing that you're doing now, that's not giving you 5K a month, you continue to do that. You really think that that's going to give you 5K a month? It's not. What is the definition of insanity? Is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. You say that you want to make an extra 5K, an extra 10K a month. You say you want your portfolio to go to 25K. You say you want your portfolio to go to 50K. You say you want to build a generational wealth, but you're doing the same exact thing that you were doing a day ago, 2 days ago, a week ago, a month ago, a year ago. You're doing the same thing. That's not a proper exchange of energy. That's an exchange of energy for down here. You want this up here, you got to vibrate up here. You got to do the work up here. If you want this, you got to climb yourself up here to do what needs to do, to be what needs to do what needs to be done. You can't be down here and expecting to get this reward up here. It's not happening. It's never happening, actually. You're going to burn out. You're going to keep going back and forth in the hamster wheel, back and forth in the hamster wheel, back and forth. Every time you get, maybe you're going like this, right? And every time you get there, you're like, oh, I can see it. And then you go back down. Oh, I can see it. Next thing you know, 2 years later, you're doing the same thing. Next thing you know, 5 years later, you're doing the same thing. Next thing you know, 10 years later, you're doing the same thing. You never really reach up. So what do you need to do to get up here? You got to vibrate up here. You got to raise your consciousness. You got to raise your vibration. You got to do what you say you're going to do. You got to be honest with yourself. You got to respect yourself. You got to respect your money so that you're vibrating up here. Okay? And then be honest, obviously, be honest with yourself and see clarity. If you can't even see, if you don't even know what 250K looks like, if you've never touched 250K, you don't know how to handle 250K. Just be honest about it. Stop lying to yourself that, oh, when you get 250K, you'll know what to do with it. No, you need to know what to do with it now. What makes you think you can't even handle your 4 or 5K a month, your 6, 8K a month that you make, but you think you can handle 20, 30, 50K with the same education that you have now? Now, that's delusional. And nobody was here to tell me this, so I'm going to be here to tell you that. Okay? These are things that I wish somebody would tell me and say it in my face, just like I'm saying it to you. If you can handle the money you have right now, you cannot handle any more money, period. Point blank, period. Whatever money you have now, get a hold of it. Get it organized. Money does not come into chaos. The reason why your income has not shifted is because you still have this chaos. Money's like, oh no, I'd rather go over there where everything is in order. Everything is organized. Everything is ready for me. This person's definitely not ready for me. You know what? I was going to come to you, but I'm just going to go next door because I'm going to wait till you get it together. Right? Picture yourself where you're bringing your neighbor a gift. Right? You're bringing your neighbor, maybe your neighbor's new, right? And you bring them a pie or something. I know that happens in the movies. I don't know if it happens in real life. I never had a neighbor bring me pie, but whatever. I can dream, okay? All right? You're ready to give your neighbor a pie, and then you hear arguing. You hear glasses being thrown. You hear arguing. You hear yelling and this and that. Are you going to knock on the door and give him the pie? Type in a 1 if you're going to give him the pie anyway, and type in a 0 if you're like, yeah, I'm going to take my pie and go somewhere else. I'm going to repeat that. You have a pie for your new neighbor or your friend. Maybe you wanted to surprise your friend, and you know that they have their favorite wine, and you bring them a nice bottle of wine. Actually, I've got a nice bottle of wine here. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this later. So the top is still open here because I was like, okay, I'm gonna enjoy this later. You're bringing your wine for your friend, like, I'm gonna go visit so and let me bring this bottle of wine for them, okay? I'm gonna bring this bottle of wine. And then you knock on the door and you hear arguing, you hear dishes being thrown, you hear all sorts of things. You're gonna take your wine and go somewhere else, right? That's the same thing. Okay? That's how the universe works with your money. When you call it, you say, hey, I'm ready for a jump in income. I'm ready for a new job that's giving me a $20,000 raise. I'm ready to make more money. I'm ready for my portfolio to be worth whatever you say. And then the universe is answering. They're like, oh, okay. Yeah, she says she wants it. Knock, knock. All you hear is screaming and throwing dishes and all of that. Universe is like, I'll come back another time. Okay? So be careful. Sorry, I wasn't trying to pick up my nose here. I wasn't digging my nose, I promise. I was just trying to scratch the top. Okay, all right, that's my cue to go. I've been on here too long, but that's pretty much it, right? I don't see any questions. Good stuff, Kristun. I want to taste 250K. Absolutely, right? 200, that's easy. That's very easy. I used to think that way too. I used to think, oh man, eventually, until I actually did it. And I was like, whoa, that was easy. All right, let's go. $500,000, let's go. Okay. All right, guys. Have a good night. Hope this was helpful. Type in a 1 if this was helpful. Type in a 1 if this was helpful. And yeah. So, excuse me. That same thing is still bothering me. But type in a 1 if this was helpful. So again, the Stock Club. Those of you who didn't get a chance to do your free trial, the first month is free. I'm gonna send you the link. Right, we give out the stock picks. I give out some crypto picks, and I also give out some option picks so you can make some quick money. Okay, if you're interested in the Stock Club, type in a 7. If you're interested in the Stock Club, type in a 7. Okay, Tanya says this was helpful. Isabel says this was helpful. Okay, all right, guys, that's it. Have a good night. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.